I found out my sister could live with my death when she hid the insulin that keeps me alive and called it a wake-up call. I'm Hannah Brooks, 22, type 1 since 5th grade. I'm good at staying alive, carb counts, backups, the whole routine. After a nursing program interview win, we did Sunday dinner at my parents'. I'd stashed 2 fresh pens in the fridge, the rest in my lockbox. My sister Lauren breezed in late, all hugs and selfies. When I went to dose for dessert, the fridge caddy was empty, not misplaced, gone. The lockbox key, missing from its hook. My stomach dropped before my glucose did. "Mom, did you move my insulin?" "I don't touch your medicine," she called back. Lauren leaned in the doorway, eyes a little too wide. "Maybe you miscounted?" "I don't miscount." My tongue felt stale, thirst rising. Jason, my boyfriend, clocked my face. "We're going to the pharmacy," he said. I grabbed juice. The number on my CGM climbed like a bad joke. Before we left, I checked the hall camera. There she was, Lauren slipping into my room, then the kitchen, opening the fridge, looking into the camera and smirking. I froze the frame. "Where is it?" I asked. "It's just a wake-up call," she said. "You're too dependent. People live with less." "People with type 1 don't," I said. "We live with insulin, or we don't." Jason drove me to the ER. Dr. Ortiz moved fast. Fluids, insulin, labs. "You did the right thing," he said. "Document everything." At 3 a.m., we came home to find my pens magically returned to the fridge and the key back on its hook. A note waited on the counter in Lauren's handwriting. "I'd never hurt you. I just want you to see how much you rely on this. Maybe it's not healthy." L smiley face. I photographed the note, then I called a lawyer. Alicia Porter, calm, precise, listened as I set the note on her desk. "We start with safety and proof," she said. "Interfering with your meds isn't a prank. It's lethal negligence. Gather everything." Memories lined up. A missing Dexcom transmitter. Thought it was a phone thing. A cracked vial that never leaked. My FSA card drained by a free trial. Pump batteries dead after Lauren borrowed my backpack. Patterns I'd renamed quirks. Alicia called my mom Karen and asked for access to any shared accounts. Mom arrived pale but determined. In her banking app, we found it fast. Pharmacy reversals on my refills initiated by a second user. Lauren's login. Mail order cancellations from Lauren's IP. Patient no longer needs. FSA transfers to a prepaid card in Lauren's name, followed by Venmo payments to a friend with captions like booth fee and beads, matching the FSA amounts. Alicia tabbed everything. Camera stills, ER discharge with Dr. Ortiz's signature, the note, the money trail. "We present this," she said, "and offer restitution plus boundaries. If she balks, we file." We met the next night in Alicia's conference room. Neutral ground. Dad Michael, Nana Doris, and cousin Chloe, the family's human fact-checker, came to witness. Jason came because his steadiness is air. Lauren arrived curated and glossy. "I'd never hurt my sister," she said, arms open for a hug I didn't give. Alicia placed the payment history in the center. Reversals, cancellations, FSA siphons, matched Venmos. Then the still of Lauren at the fridge, the ER summary, and the smiley face note. For 3 seconds, Lauren stopped performing. Then she tried 4 excuses in 5 seconds. I panicked. I was helping her be less dependent. People abuse meds. I was borrowing the FSA just once. Chloe flipped to Alicia's tab. Vegas airfare, hotel, bottle service. Amounts mirroring the FSA withdrawals. Silence. "Why?" Mom asked. Voice small and furious. Lauren stared at the table. "I wanted it to be about me again," she said at last. "You've been the center since you were 10. I wanted you to need me or notice me. It's not my job to die smaller so you can feel bigger," I said. Alicia slid an agreement across the table. No access to my home, meds, accounts, repayment of the FSA and any costs, therapy, boundaries, jealousy, accountability. Community service at a diabetes nonprofit, Nana's idea. No advice on my management. My pump settings are not a group project. Violate any of it and Alicia files a criminal complaint. "Sign," Dad said. Lauren signed. Mom witnessed. Alicia notarized. The stamp sounded like the room exhaling. Lauren reached for me. "Not yet," I said. "Earn it. Paperwork doesn't fix people. It makes room for fixing." I installed a bedroom mini fridge, moved backups to Nana's, added camera alerts, changed locks, replaced the lockbox, and reissued my FSA card. Alicia drafted a medical power of attorney, naming Jason and Nana. Mom signed as witness with tears and pride. Lauren started therapy. The nonprofit put her on intake, pamphlets, water pitchers, before shadowing support groups. The director texted me a photo. Lauren listening to a 12-year-old explain how exhausting it is when friends treat his pump like a toy. Caption: "She's learning." Dr. Ortiz wrote a recommendation. I got into the nursing program. When the acceptance email came, Nana danced me around our kitchen with her cane as a partner. Mom and I met for coffee Tuesdays, learning each other without a referee. Dad took a diabetes care workshop and cried in the car. He installed a lock on my bedroom door that clicks like a period. Jason and I made a home with a fridge list. Check sugar, check keys, check jokes. At 3 a.m. Lowe's, he hands me juice and asks, "Tell me a time you were brave today." Answer, this. 3 months later, we reconvened with Alicia. Not crisis, check-in. Lauren brought receipts, therapy notes, community service hours, and half the FSA repaid, on schedule. She didn't ask for forgiveness. "I understand now the attention Hannah gets to stay alive isn't attention I'm owed," she said. "Love is work you do when no one's filming." "I'm not handing out absolution," I said, "but you're doing the work that makes trust possible." I invited her to the nonprofit's 5K. At mile 2, a girl with a hot pink pump fell. Lauren asked consent, cleaned the scrape, and made her smile. Later, the girl told me, "Your sister is nice." "She's learning to be," I said. Thanksgiving, Nana banged her spoon. Gratitude, Jason. For alarms, and the person who wakes up with them, Mom. For boring weeks, Dad. For boundaries as love instructions, not punishments, Lauren. For second chances with homework, Nana. For strong girls and men who learn, me. That the worst thing my sister did isn't the last thing she'll be known for. After dessert, Lauren handed me a card with a childhood photo, me in a crown, her in a cape, and a final repayment receipt tucked inside. I'm not owed forgiveness. I'm earning trust instead. Out on the porch, cold air making everything sharp. Jason wrapped his arms around me. "You did that," he murmured. "We all did," I said. With tabs. People ask why I didn't press charges. I didn't choose between punishment and nothing. I chose consequences that keep me safe and require her to grow. Legal boundaries, repayment, community service, therapy, and paper that outlasts tears. That's the revenge, if you need the word. I get to live the life I want, become the nurse who listens, and have a sister who learns love with boundaries. I still keep backups on backups, but now when I open the fridge, my insulin is where I left it. My keys hang where they should. My CGM line hums its boring lullaby across the screen. On my dresser sits a photo of 2 girls, cape and crown, grinning like they're going to make it. They are.